Mr. Dartmouth, William Dartmouth.
Thank you very much. I have a few questions here, to be very crisp, by the way. TTIP, it has been said that the two candidates currently standing to be President of Austria, they have both of them said that they will not sign the TTIP treaty. Does that mean, therefore, that TTIP is effectively dead because of what's happening, because of the Austrian presidential election? My next question is on free movement. Is there a free movement clause in CETA? Is there a free movement clause in TTIP? How many of the free trade agreements currently being negotiated or contemplated by the Commission have free movement clauses? Mr. Martin's better informed than anybody, and rightly so, and he's saying no, that there aren't any, and I think that probably is the answer. And if there aren't any free movement clauses in any of these, sorry? If there aren't any if there aren't any compelling free movement clauses, with one or two little minor exceptions, in these trade agreements, how does that reconcile with the recent statements of the Maltese Prime Minister, and for that matter, the President of the Council, saying that in order to have access to the so-called single market, which actually, of course, is a common regulatory regime, it's not a single market at all, that you basically have to have free movement. And finally, would you agree with me that those countries, for example, that trade with the EU without free trade agreements, but under WTO rules, for example, Russia, China and the United States, nonetheless have access to the single market without free movement?
No, well, whoever wins in the presidential election in Austria this weekend, well, there is no TTIP to sign, so I don't think it matters in that specific regard. So we'll see when there is a TTIP agreement to sign who is in Austria or in any other country at that time. And no, there is not free movement in our trade agreements, even if I think that we should discuss also freer movement on labour and on individuals. But that is very limited. There are certain things included in the trade agreements. Exactly what the Prime Minister of Malta says is difficult for me, of course, to comment, because I don't know. And I think you're out after looking at what possible agreements we can have between the UK and the European Union. So we'll see about that later.